But let's just start out with what everyone is thinking about. Yesterday, there were a lot of people very fearful about what? Market bell right there. A lot of people fearful about crypto.com. Possibly, maybe something's going on, right? But the big thing was, it turned out that Crypto.com sent $400 million to Gate.io accidentally a month ago. Yes, it was a month ago, not recent, but still. It got people thinking, how can a mistake like this happen? Right? How could you accidentally send $400 million? So that doesn't sound right. So there, if you were on Twitter, you see everyone was calling for withdrawals of Crypto.com. I did a video on it. I'm like, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? But, of course, the CEO, Chris, he did an AMA, and he had to reassure people, of course, downplaying that the FTX contagion fears, downplaying contagion, spreading to Crypto.com, saying that, you know what, don't worry about us. We have a tremendous, strong balance sheet. We weren't engaged with any suspicious things or risky things that caused FTX collapse, right? So we're good. You don't have to worry about us, but didn't still really address why $400 million was accidentally sent. But still, he's saying don't worry about it. So Crypto.com, for now, seems like it's okay. So I decided to make sure that they are actually okay. So we know that Chris released a proof of reserves a few days ago. This is actually now 3 days ago. And of course, this is liquid, so it could go up and down, right? But basically, looking at how much Crypto.com had 3 days ago, 53,000 Bitcoin, 391,000 ETH, overall combined about $3 billion. Of course, the $3 billion changes because crypto has been going up and down, right? But yeah, if you're looking at it, this is what I streamed about 2 days ago, showing that, yeah, it was close to about $3 billion. But what I'm more concerned about is the actual numbers, right? Not the dollar amount. Like, okay, did it go up? Did it go down, right? Obviously, with the fear, no surprise, the total assets did go down, but still looking good. They're still looking pretty healthy. 2.4 billion as of right now. Ethereum's count went down significantly to 285,000 from the original 391,000. So that's over 100,000 ETH being withdrawn. And if you look at Bitcoin, I counted, it was like 35,000-ish, right? So you had almost 20,000 Bitcoin leaving Crypto.com. But despite all of this, beside all the fears, right now, it looks like they're still holding strong with whatever amount, $2.4 billion worth of crypto. But of course, this could change. We're going to have to keep a close eye on not only Crypto.com, but everyone else, because right now, if you look, there's a massive amount of Bitcoin being withdrawn. And normally speaking, this will be a good thing, a really good thing. You want Bitcoin to be withdrawn from the exchanges. That means people are getting smarter and they're safeguarding their own crypto. That means people are just taking it off and storing it into your Ledger or Treasure or Trust Wallet or wherever other wallet they may be using off the exchanges. Normally speaking, that would be a fantastic thing, and we want to see Bitcoin and Ethereum and others being withdrawn in a massive way, I guess, massive amount off the exchanges. But right now, more so, right now is not one of those normal times because the FTX collapse and so forth. We don't want to see another bank run happen, right? But just something to pay attention to, and we all have to keep our eyes open. And again, if you're fearful, you don't trust any place that's holding your crypto, safeguard it yourself, right? It's never too late to safeguard your own crypto. Remember that. All right. Now, what else is going on? As for FTX news, it's good because we don't have more drama today. There's the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing but drama. Today, I don't see anything new about the FTX collapse. Okay, SBF and two of his other former employees, one that made a lot of commits right before the hack, right? So, SBF and this other guy, Gary Wang, and Nishad Singh, they're all not officially arrested, but they're under supervision because rumors are swirling that they were trying to flee to Dubai. And basically the authorities said, you're not going anywhere. So they're probably under house arrest, which isn't too bad considering they're living in a $35 million mansion. Caroline is in Hong Kong, so they don't know. No one knows if she actually made it to Dubai or she's still in Hong Kong, right? But at least the main guy, SBF, is under supervision, and it looks like they know where he is at this point. So we will see what happens as things develop. Japan, they have like a different arm. It's interesting. I was on that not live stream, but the Twitter Spaces that Mario was having, and Jesse from Kraken made this note how in Japan, if you're going to start a crypto exchange, you have to start like a whole separate entity with its own assets in case it collapses. So in this case, it actually helped FTX Japan because they say they will take all possible measures to help, and it looked like FTX Japan was operating as its own entity. So if you're in Japan, it's looking good. It's looking that you may have everything. And then also I saw this, Cross Tower revised a new offer for Voyager. Now that FTX went bankrupt, Voyager will be auctioning off their assets once again. Any suitors right now? No. No one. Binance is not coming out saying we're going to buy Voyager. No one else is coming out to say it. So I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. I guess we will see. We will see. All right. Now, on to some good news, I guess. Some positive stuff outside of this FTX drama, although there's probably a lot more coming. Someone said SBF just tweeted. We'll see. Like yesterday, he was tweeting some weird nonsense stuff. I think the pressure's getting to him. But anyways, as for good news, Michael Saylor, he's been pretty feeling the heat. Okay, he's like nearly 50% down from his average. As it's not just him. A lot of us are. But anyways, good things could be coming because remember, he announced before he was going to sell $500 million worth of stock. Why? Not because he wants to go to Disneyland. It's because he wants to buy more Bitcoin. And I guess that hasn't happened yet. We've been waiting for this. But maybe he's going to time it perfectly this time. Because all the other times when he bought, Bitcoin went down. Like every single time, besides like his very first buy. But maybe not this time. So if he sells $500 million worth of stock and he buys Bitcoin right around now, around 16,000, that would be a pretty good buy. That would probably be his second lowest buy. And it would pull his average down, right? And it's going to help everyone else while he's doing it. So this could be fantastic, something to look forward to in the near future. Also, President Bukele, even though he has also come down with a lot of heat recently because people are saying, well, you should have never bought Bitcoin in the first place and blah, blah, blah. Well, he's like, no. He does not regret his decision. And he's like, FTX is exactly the opposite of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's protocol was created precisely to prevent Ponzi schemes, bank runs, Enrons, WorldCons, Bernie Madoff, Sam Bankman-Fried. He threw SBF's name in there. Bailouts and wealth reassignments. Some understand it, some not yet. We're still early, so President Bukele not giving up as well. That's also fantastic. As for Bitcoin's price right now, we know it's lower, but many argue that this is the point of maximum opportunity right now. Just like the COVID crash when Bitcoin fell to $4,000, just like the bottom of 2018 when it fell down to $3,000, there's been certain times you can mark as maximum opportunity. And a lot of bulls think this is one of them. And why? Well, here's an example. RSI, which is a main indicator to measure oversold levels and overbought levels, it has never been as low as right now in Bitcoin's history. I would say that's a pretty good indicator, right? Also, you look at stable coins. Stable coins, there's just a ton of it. The stable coin ratio is $1 for every 2.25 or 2.28 Bitcoin, meaning that when people want to come back in, there will be a flood of stable coins coming back to be buying. So it's basically at a level we haven't seen before. Number of addresses with at least one Bitcoin, you can see on the right-hand side, Bitcoiners are not deterred. You could see, even though the price dropped down, right? It dropped down significantly. Look at the number of addresses with at least one Bitcoin. It's flying up. People are taking advantage. People know this is a great opportunity. And nothing changes from a fundamental standpoint, from a macro standpoint. People are still hating on what governments did over the last few years. Still hating on inflation, hyperinflation, right? That doesn't change. The fundamentals of Bitcoin still doesn't change. There's still a set supply. There's a halving event that's coming up. And you can't inflate it. There's no monetary policy that you can apply to it, right? And there's no leadership. There's no centralized entity controlling it. It's still the most decentralized network and the most secure network on the planet. These things have not changed just because of FTX. So keep that in mind. And that is why I believe a lot of people are not deterred and they continue to hold on, continue DCA. All right. So that is pretty much it. The only other thing is, if you're an Elon Twitter guy, Elon decided to buy ad campaign on Twitter with SpaceX. Interesting. He's testing it out, according to him. Or he's so desperate because all the advertisers left Twitter that he has to buy his own ads out from one pocket into another. I don't know. You could view it however you want.